وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala Sayyid al-Anbiya'i wal-Mursaleen Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. I begin with the name of God, and I begin by praising God and by sending peace and blessings upon his final messenger Muhammad and his family and his noble companions. Welcome again, dear viewers, to another in the series of Advice of the Day. And I'll be continuing today the discussion of how to improve our Ramadan. I did mention last time that some of us, we end up eating too much in Ramadan and the negative consequences that this has for our fasts. And I mentioned that it's been narrated from the Prophet, peace be upon him, that there are some people, rough translation, some people that get nothing from their fast except thirst and hunger. And there are some people that get nothing from their prayer or their standing in prayer except staying awake. So we don't want to fall into this trap. And unfortunately, we do see this sometimes, that people are very sluggish in their prayer because they've eaten too much, or people may not make it to the mosque because they've eaten too much, or unfortunately some people even end up missing prayers because they eat too much. And this is one trap that we really do not want to fall into in Ramadan. And as I mentioned right at the start of the series, that in Surah Baqarah, the second surah of the Quran, the second chapter of the Quran, we're told to fast Ramadan, to fast the month when Ramadan begins. Now it's very important that some people have noted that we're told to fast the month, not just to fast during the daytime. So even the eating and drinking in Ramadan should be based on the fact that we're in Ramadan, we're not outside of Ramadan. And generally, even outside of Ramadan, the Muslim should not be the one who eats and drinks to excess. Now there's a hadith, a famous hadith that's been narrated by Imam Ahmad, Tirmidhi, and Nasa'i, and Imam Muslim and others, that no human being ever fills a stomach no human being ever fills a vessel, a container, worse than his stomach. And if really what we should do is just to have enough morsels to keep our back straight, enough morsels just to keep us alive and keep us going and to keep us carrying out the activities that we do need to do. However, if someone needs to have more, he should only have a third for his food, and a third for water, for liquid, and a third should be kept empty. So this is the advice of the Prophet, peace be upon him, that a Muslim is not someone who eats a lot. And it's also been narrated in another hadith that the Muslim eats in one stomach or one intestine, and the non-Muslim eats in 7, meaning that as Muslims there should be a distinction. See, many people today talk about having a distinction between Muslims and non-Muslims. This is actually one of the major distinctions that we should have. Our life, whether inside Ramadan or outside Ramadan, should not be based around food. We have much more important things to do than just to keep thinking about food. So inshallah, if we can live by this prophetic advice inside Ramadan, especially inside Ramadan, but also outside Ramadan, and not base our life around food, then inshallah we will benefit a great deal from our Ramadan and from our lives. And has been said by many people, Muslims and non-Muslims, that we need to eat to live and not live to eat. So I would just like to leave you with that thought as a conclusion, and inshallah we will continue next time. So thank you very much. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ وأولئك هم